Hello and welcome. My name is Eric Deserex Patran, and this is LCS Academy, the matchup before you, 100 Thieves Academy versus FlyQuest Academy. We're winding down towards the end of the season with one more week left after this one, so every single win is crucial, and very crucial for FlyQuest indeed, because they're at 8th place right now, having that 6-9 record. It's been an inconsistent season for them. They tend to lose to a lot of these high-end teams, while picking up random wins against second-place squads like TSM, for example, in week number 6. So it's been a bit of a wild ride, to say the least, for FlyQuest. Meanwhile, over on the side of 100 Thieves, they have brought in a new jungler. As of last week, Kenvi is now joining the roster. You know, we did have a series of weeks where Meteos did have underwhelming performances, and it left a lot to be desired for 100 Thieves. Now they're trying to patch that a little bit more, and Kenvi's been absolutely great thus far. You know, he came from 100 Thieves' amateur organization. He came from their amateur squad and had great performances there, has now been called up since the beginning of 2020. He's been with 100 Thieves, and he's just been working his way up and having these great performances, playing these carry junglers, and just looking fresh. That's the best way to really put it right there. So now starting off over on the blue side. Yeah, going in for the double invades both ways. Fnatic as well as Kenvi will be reading each other out. So 100 Thieves, over with their situation, you do have that 4th place 8-7 record. And they definitely are up there, but no one is completely secured or safe just yet, especially with these next games coming in. You know, FlyQuest still have a chance to fight their way back into playoffs. It's looking very, very grim. Meanwhile, over on the side of 100 Thieves, things look a little bit better. Still, as this jungling does go through, you're expecting to see a lot of high tempo come out from the squad of 100 Thieves. You know, Kenvi can be that high KDA player, can affect the game quite well. As the stun goes in over in the bot lane, he's trying to get some harassment off that level 2. A lot of more poke going on to Big as he's forced to back off. So 100 Thieves, they do have that very high tempo type composition they've gone with. You know, you do got the mid-game spiking Ezreal, the Lee Sin to carry out this early game. And the one big thing about having Kenvi now is 100 Thieves now have a very strong top side of the map. Fake God has been a consistently well-performing top laner, and that side of the map has been kind of dragged down by not having that key jungler that they need. Maybe Kenvi can finally fit that role. You know, 100 Thieves do have great topside control naturally anyway. Still looking for more harassment. Gonna jump on in and try and get that level abuse once again. Getting level 3 early is the bot lane of 100 Thieves. It's gonna be interesting to see how FlyQuest try and play this out. As I had said earlier, here comes Scatterweak getting a stun onto Triple, but not going to follow through with much else as Kenvi waits in the wings, looking to try and find that gank. Probably waiting for that Scatter the Weak cooldown to come back up. Will get slowed. A little bit of damage comes in, and now Kenvi looks to jump in. Gets the Sonic Wave Resonating Strike. Gonna finish the job. First blood on the tower dive going over to 100 Thieves. And very carefully played there. You saw Kenvi, the patience he had, knowing to jump in with that ward hop, not use the Sonic Wave right away. Wait for the flash to go off. And then he catches Triple after the flash, gets that first blood. It did cost them 2 flashes, but that's already a lot of pain going on in that mid lane, as Triple has been one of those better players for FlyQuest. In their match where they beat TSM, FlyQuest did rely on Triple a lot for the mid game. It was just about stalling out with Triple, holding that mid game down, and it feels like that's something they could use right now. They do have something that scales quite well with the composition, FlyQuest Academy. You know, the Orianna Ball can do wonders once those neutral objectives come up and we start fighting around Baron, around Dragon. Mash will scale quite well on the Aphelios. But to get to that point, you do have a lot you need to stall out. So now the recall's coming in over on the bot side. Waiting for that Mystic shot to just ruin it, but no, just going for the minions. Flash and Big will choose to stay here, and now Flash getting caught out by one of those bites. One more auto would be able to find the stun, but Prismal is taking more punishment in this one. Instead, forced to back off. Mash and Big getting the better of that exchange, and a nice use of positioning coming out of Big, really, because he was able to stand on top of Mash and just make sure that those autos, you can't find that right click, you can't get that final auto to secure the stun and get that bonus damage. So far, you do have to like the way the early game is going for 100 Thieves, just because they were able to get that early kill. And if they want, it does put a lot of pressure onto the mid lane for Triple again, because now his flash is down. Orianna, very immobile champion, only really has the dissonance to give you the movement speed buff. And you can see right there, Kenvi is already trying to camp that. Setting up, the orbs are going out, you just need one scatter of the weak to find the stun. Already trying to run away, here we go again, the attack on the Triple, the unleashed power goes out. Sonic Wave goes wide though, doesn't even need it. One more orb will finish the job, and Saligo able to grab a kill. And that is pretty wild so far. That is the punishment you get from burning that flash early. You know, it sucks that Triple wasn't able to survive even with the flash burn, but that's the mind games Kenvi is playing in this early game. Just really being patient, knowing that there's not that many tools on the Orianna for escape. Especially getting this mid lane popping off. And when we talk about Saligo, he works wonders on these control mages. And works wonders on scaling mages as well. Once we start getting towards like 25 to 30 minute mark, that's when you start to see Saligo pop off, when he's able to get those items, start finalizing his build. Now it appears some focus going over towards this dragon. First strike will be in the Infernal, and the focus once again on the Triple. The stun comes in, and there is no flash available. They are just bullying this mid lane. Triple just got back, and he's already sent to the respawn. And a brilliant roam coming out of Breezy as well. Sonic Wave doesn't even need a land. As long as they're able to get one skill shot to land, Triple is punished outright. And with no priority in the mid lane, this Infernal absolutely free for 100 Thieves. They're starting off this early game the right way. And a surprising turn of events as well. I was really expecting Kenvi to focus more towards this top side. You know, Renekton, one of the OG lane bullies from back in the day, all the way back from like season 1 and 2. You can get a lot of damage there. It is hard to lock down a Quinn though. So since burning that flash, it's been a smart move for 100 Thieves to just keep the focus on stacking in as much income and gimping Triple as much as you can. That being said, it's time for FlyQuest to respond, as they try and set up a gank towards the bot side, but a control ward is going to stop that right on its tracks. Things can be a bit rough for Fnatic in this type of situation, though. The one big thing about Fnatic is he tends to be a feast or famine jungler. He either does really well, really well, or he does really poorly. And not being able to get a good start where his lanes are already falling behind, this is putting towards that that famine Fnatic that we've seen quite a few times. But always keep in mind, for FlyQuest, it is about stalling out the game. It's about doing something similar that they did to TSM Academy. Try and get this towards the late game and get those carries online. Easier said than done, though. Triple's flash now back available, so that pressure might finally come to an end. The nightmare of Triple's early game. Finally going to be able to close that out. But look at this! Kenvi over the wall using the Fog of War and will secure the kill. Does he even reset Shelly? He will reset Shelly. I thought he was about to style on all of this. But that is a beautiful play right there. Just flashing over the wall. Doesn't even risk it with the Sonic Wave. Wants the guaranteed hit with the Dragon's Rage into the Sonic Wave. Yeah, that power is really starting to add up. You cash in on that kill, and you get Shelly on top of it. Kenvi, you're going to be able to solo that, and this guy's looking like a stud. It's his second week here, and this is the type of performance he's putting on. 100% KDA, 4 kills, and we're not even at the 10-minute mark. This is a good showing out of Kenvi. Now for FlyQuest, you do have to wonder where their power is going to be at, and I have to point towards that bot side once again. They're not doing terrible. You know, they haven't given up anything in towards the kills. They are starting to fall behind in CS, and they're really just waiting for some itemization to be picked up on MASH. Ezreal will come online a little bit earlier. He was able to get that Sheen as well as his Tear of the Goddess, so he will have that sustained harassment. He will have that bonus damage. Only a BF sword on the side of MASH. It does a lot, but not as much as a completed item for a crit ADC like Aphelios. Now over towards his top side once again. See Fake God picking up that Phage, get some of that survivability, and more importantly, a lot of that sticking power that you want to get onto Revenge. And you can see that Fake God has gone for press the attack too, so he wants that front-loaded burst damage, and you can get it quite well on Renekton. You know, once you get that W with the Rage Bar up, you pretty much guaranteed to get that press the attack proc and get that bonus damage in. Now Revenge headed towards his bot side, and that's the nice thing about having a Quinn, is the amount of scouting you can do in between pushing these lanes. That's what you're going to see from Revenge over and over and over. Just push the lane, scout out, get the deep wards. But meanwhile, over in bot lane, we might have engagement coming out. Here comes the True Shot Barrage. The ultimate Glacial Fissure will not land from Breezy, so Big will be able to walk away from this. A little bit of a misutilization of resources, but it's only ultimates going down. It's not going to be the biggest loss. As Triple getting stunned up once again. Will Saligo go for the ult? Answer's going to be no for now, but Triple filling in a lot of danger. You can see Revenge already trying to respond to that threat in the mid lane. Trying to be that free lane that can roam and maybe give some reprise to FlyQuest's early game. Fnatic over on the spot side. Here comes the engagement. Kenvy's going to be able to show up as well. The teleport starting to come through as Fake God will arrive to this fight, but no one going down just yet. Sonic Wave goes out. Gonna be a teleport burnt, nothing really gained here. And not too much lost as well. Every single flash is still up. You did get the teleport out of Fake God, and that's definitely a big tool for him to have, as Revenge has gone for the cleanse. So that teleport being down will give Revenge a bit of time to at least continue this aggression and continue locking down Fake God. Shelly coming down. Nice influx of gold there for Prismal. Now Fake God coming back up towards this top lane, trying to get all that bonus damage onto Revenge. The autos are coming in, and Revenge needed to get that angle to be able to do the vault, and that's the tricky thing. When Fake God's able to find the flanks like that, if you vault at the wrong time, you're vaulting yourself into danger. So that positioning out of Fake God, trying to stay in front, is crucial if he wants to get that damage, if he wants to win these exchanges against Revenge. The second Drake of the game did go down. Next Drake will be Mountain. And already the early game has been quite well. You've got the neutral objective secured for 100 Thieves. They're able to secure the Rift Herald. They got the 2 Drakes, and they picked up 4 kills on top of that. So a very prominent early game display. A lot of this just off the back of Kenvy being so incredibly proactive. The early game is starting to reach its close quite soon. You do have just about 25 seconds left on those turret plays as Fake God looking to set up something here. Instead, chooses to back off, doesn't even allow Revenge to use the vault. Just quick damage, back out. And I think Revenge is starting to sweat now, being shoved under his own tower. That's when the threat really starts to come in. When you don't know where Kenvy is and you're under your tower as a low health squishy, yeah, you better be careful and you better ward up. That being said, now Kenvy did walk over a ward, so his whereabouts are known. Revenge is going to feel a little bit safer, as in the bot lane, Prismal able to grab that tower. Now Revenge running in, only to get the vault, get some bonus damage, but Fake God's control ward will ensure that still no danger for him. As taking a look at that gold deficit, it is pretty nasty over in the mid lane, over in the jungle as well. It's just pretty much a universal lead coming out of 100 Thieves. Every lane is performing well. 2-shot barrage. Just to get some damage, just to get some harassment, just to get some poke. Mashmi still trying his best to survive this early game. And he is. He hasn't given up too much. He's still farming. He's still staying in lane. He's still gathering experience. You do have him as a late game carry, as a late game win condition. But the real question is, what can you do as we head towards this mid-game if you are FlyQuest Academy? If you don't have those tools available, how do you continue the stall? It's hard-pressed to believe they would get as lucky as they did with TSMA. They only had to win one team fight to beat TSM. Now FlyQuest, not really getting much control over this map as 100 Thieves. They know Shelly's spawning quite soon, so setting up around that area, trying to focus down into the mid lane. Fnatic's going to catch out Prismal in the rotation. The Triple going to be the wiser this. Will be able to back off as the bot lane of FlyQuest is starting to rotate up. And it does look like they want to respond to this Rift Herald. They don't want to give up any more. And it's hard to say if this is the smarter move. They do have a good team fight, but they just don't really have the items. They don't really have the damage. It's going to take a pretty on-par Shockwave for FlyQuest to just outright take this win. Or you get the root onto Prismal. Will be able to find Venge, though, as Prismal tries to walk away, starting to run critically low. Out comes the Ignite. Will take him down. But now the tides have started to turn as Saligo is able to get the double scatter. The Weekend will find the kill. Onto Mash, onto Fnatic, onto 4 members of FlyQuest with only Triple standing. And that is why that was a risky team fight to take in the first place. You needed a perfect Shockwave. With that much of a deficit, it was going to be a very tough team fight to take. Right now, 100 Thieves are in a strong position when it comes to itemization. Their team comes online earlier. Even though you claimed Prismal, that is just one little person out of the rest of the squad of 100 Thieves who are stacking damage right now. You have the Black Cleaver onto Fake God. You have this lethality Lee Sin, as well as Saligo, who's been able to finish that Ludens before the fight, picking up even more items now. It's a strong spot for 100 Thieves, and it's a very questionable team fight to take for FlyQuest. They needed perfect situations, and now they've just given more gold over to 100 Thieves. So now you see FlyQuest, they are trying to get some control over towards this top side of the map. But it does leave a question as to why. If you look over on the bottom side, it's going to be another Drake that spawns within the next 15 seconds. And while getting that control, 100 Thieves are just going to respond by straight up putting Shelly in the mid lane and being able to most likely claim this tower. Breezy's getting caught out in rotation, has to back off. This is going to cause the rest of 100 Thieves to back off as well to make sure he stays safe as the teleport comes out from Saligo. Just a slither of health remains on that tower. 100 Thieves are getting the rotation, and now that they distracted FlyQuest, now that they pulled him across the map, it's time to get the Drake. And with this Drake right here, they get themselves right onto that Dragon Soul point and set up a very early win condition for themselves. Revenge trying to scout it out, but can't even get close enough, knowing that Saligo, so close, has that Scatter of the Weak, has the Unleashed power, is a threat to squishy ADCs. So third Drake picked up. FlyQuest looking to end this one early and get revenge for the loss they suffered to FlyQuest at the very start of the season. 100 Thieves off to the races in this match as Revenge desperately trying to clear the wave, but it's such a gamble. You can feel the tension there. You're just stepping side to side because you know that Scatter of the Weak can just ruin your day. And now more control coming out of FlyQuest. Look at this vision coming out of FlyQuest. So much established over towards this top side. Out of 100 Thieves, excuse me, as FlyQuest try and clear out this vision. But even clearing out that vision, you are putting that trinket on cooldown in a time where we do have about 40 seconds before Baron's about to spawn. And you know 100 Thieves are looking close to game out early. They can't allow FlyQuest to get to that scaling stage. So you're going to start seeing those wards placed up around the Baron area. They want FlyQuest to come forward. They want FlyQuest to dance to their tune. They have the gold lead to out-team fight the team fighting comp. And now they're going really deep here. Fnatic with the Hex flash forward. Prismal able to back out. Fnatic looking for the hunt right here. Will find the Shockwave. Prismal goes down. It's one down, though, and now here comes Fake God. Kenvi on the back line will be able to take down Mash. All meanwhile, it's going to be a 1-for-1 exchange. Prismal for Mash, ADC for ADC. And at this point, this is pretty much the best you could ask for FlyQuest. 1-for-1 trades benefit FlyQuest more than it benefits 100 Thieves, because we keep talking about that late game. We keep talking about that influx of gold. All that being said, though, Mash didn't get any participation in that. It went more over towards triple. So, it hurts. It definitely hurts to see. Still control going over to 100 Thieves towards this top side of the map. And on top of that, the minions able to take down the mid lane tower. So going to open up the jungle a little bit more for 100 Thieves to take control of. And now the objectives are really starting to stack up. We have 2 minutes and 20 seconds until the Mountain Drake is up. Baron currently on the map as well. 100 Thieves can direct FlyQuest to where they want to go. And as much as I want to find a win condition in which FlyQuest find their ways back in, it revolves around the same stuff, stalling. But how do they get out of this mid-game now? It's going to be a tough question to answer. As over the wall, Fake God comes in, just trying to get some aggression in. And Big and Fnatic, they don't even feel comfortable in this area. Anytime they're around 100 Thieves side of the map, even if it's just 1v3, they feel like the rest of 100 Thieves can be there, ready to just wreck their day. That's what Saligo was looking to do right there, but it's a good thing about the Orianna. You do get a good amount of wave clear, but when there's 3 members here, you are risking a lot. Kenvi over the wall, going to make this 4 members now. Scatter the Weak will not land, so Triple able to play it safe, but that's another turret going down. There's only 1 more inner tower left. The gold is really starting to spike. That being said, to the credit of FlyQuest, they are stalling out. It's not an insurmountable lead. It's only 6k. But even with that credit, now we have 1 more minute to that Dragon Soul point. So you can't stall out anymore. These neutral objectives are going to force you to make a play. Question is, can FlyQuest make the right one? Now, just clearing out this jungle can be an absolute nuisance. And you can just look at the farm between Fnatic and Kenvi. It is monstrous. A 6-0-1. A great debut to come out of Kenvi in these last couple of weeks. Week 1, 2 wins. Suffered his first loss last week. And still did well in that game as well. 100 Thieves with Kenvi are definitely looking very, very poised for playoffs. Now Revenge trying to put a lot of pressure over towards this top side. And once again, you do have that teleport down for Fake God. So there is a bit of a window for FlyQuest to work with. And that's what they're trying to do right here. Push in Fake God, immediately roam out to the mid lane. But you get that harassment over the wall. Look at Revenge go, trying to get his own harassment in, but gets poked out. So look at this, going for the engagement, but you're only going to find the jungler and the support in that shockwave. It's still a kill nonetheless, and FlyQuest were able to get the disengagement, so they do pick up a win off of that, and they've taken the smite off the map while the Drake is up, while Soul Point is here. Can FlyQuest actually do it? They don't have the shockwave this time. They are in a lot of danger. Fnatic getting poked out, but that puts down the unleashed power, and Fnatic didn't go down. True Shot Barrage not going to find its mark. Fake God trying to play defense here, trying to help his team out, but Prismal will find 1 kill. Flashing forward is Fake God, going after Mash. He will not be able to score it just yet, but Prismal will finish the job with a quadra kill. He wants to make it the Penta, but scumbag Saligo will steal it away, and 100 Thieves very carefully play that skirmish and very carefully get that ace. And with that, even with their jungler down, even with a 4v5 situation, they will be rewarded with not only the ace, but Dragon Soul, and that's going to be Mountain Soul picked up. And the Rift is free for them, so they're going to cash in on Baron as well. So that was the disaster FlyQuest just didn't want to see. You can't blame them for really trying that assault. You did take down Kenvi, but the scattering of 100 Thieves, their ability to play divided and pick off people from all ends of the map is absolutely disheartening if you're FlyQuest. And now over the wall, Prismal trying to pick up a kill, but will not be able to claim Fnatic. And this is disgusting right here. This is where things are going to start to get closed out. Fnatic can't really be here. Soligo over the wall, gonna look for some shenanigans. Will step away from the shockwave in time, picking up a kill onto Fnatic, and will back off. He still has the unleashed power. He's not even gonna take the recall after Baron. They're just going straight for the push. Big still in the area. Will he go for the hook on Soligo? That's a questionable decision right now. That is a buffed up Soligo. He's even got the Medjai Soul Stealer on top of that. So now the siege is coming in. Top lane, mid lane. The pressure is on. Mash gets chunked out. Absolutely hurt here. And here comes the ultimate, looking to try and finish off Big. One more Mystic shot. Will not be able to find its mark, but you're seeing the damage that Prismal brings at this stage of the game as Triple just gets annihilated. Now both inhibitor towers in the top lane, in the mid lane, under attack. Now onto the inhibitors. Triple is down, and that is your team fight tool. Mash has not been really able to turn online. The Nexus towers are under attack. Revenge gonna join this fight, trying to find the perfect opportunity, but FlyQuest could really do nothing here. They have no team fight to fight. Diving in forward, it's gonna be Fake God as the Nexus tower does go down. Prismal need to be careful there. He's all by himself, but a kill gets picked up. Fnatic goes down, and 100 Thieves, they do not care. They're gonna get their revenge and redeem the loss from earlier in the season as they continue their momentum towards playoffs.